Hey everybody, Yankee here. I've been doing a lot of original designs lately for merchandise to support TYMP. If you're not familiar with TYMP, go check it out and register if you think you could benefit from it. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. I've been doing a lot of merch to support TYMP because we don't get YouTube money really anymore. So been working on that, and plus YouTube and things like Patreon, they don't like you spending their money on anything firearm related. So kind of had to come up with selling merch to fund TYMP. But I've been running into one little problem with my merchandise. A lot of times people like their shirts to reference something that they're familiar with, something pop culture related. And when you do that, you run into copyright violations. If people remember, I did a shirt recently called the Peek-a-Pew shirt. And the first 4 or 5 printers I tried to get to make it wouldn't do it. They canceled every order we made. It was a real nightmare. I had to go in and manually re-enter every order for this shirt. Luckily, it was only like 30-something shirts, so it wasn't all that big of a deal. But it was a hassle, something I didn't want to have to do all the time. But finally found one company. They've been making it for a while. They're still making it. They said unless their main office objects, they'll keep making it, and they are still making it as of today. So found one company that would actually do it. But I started thinking, because a lawyer got in my ear and says, hey, some of the stuff you do is protected by parody law. Because you're not just reusing their characters, you're making a social comment. This is social commentary based on parody, and that is protected by law in a lot of cases. Like with the Peek-a-Pew, he's armed. And if he was armed, I'm making the statement that if more Pokemon were armed, they wouldn't have to live their day in fear that someone's going to come and throw their balls on them. There is an epidemic of these serial mashers attacking Pokemon. And if they were armed and able to defend themselves, that wouldn't happen. All they'd catch was lead, not Pokemon. And therefore, that is social commentary. It's parody. Now, I don't know if that is actually true or not, but I'm willing to make that argument and see if that extends to the gun community. I know people like Family Guy and stuff do it all the time. They use Mickey Mouse on their show. As long as they're making a social comment, and they're definitely profiting from it, they make money off their show, but it's protected. So why wouldn't it be protected on our shirts? Well, I'm going to test it again, because last night I was sitting on the couch and I decided to do a stupid little design that I thought would be easy. I started it around 1 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, this will take a half an hour. Well, by 5 o'clock, I was able to post a draft on my Patreon page, because it was a lot harder than it looked. But it was a Peppa Pew character, a play on the character Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is apparently a really sweet, nice little pig. Very defenseless. People eat pigs. But in this case, it's Peppa Pew, something not so defenseless. Not going to get eaten. So like I said, once again, social commentary parody. So I'm going to test the waters again with this shirt. Now, this won't appeal to most of the guys in my chat, but maybe some of the gals will like it. I know it appeals to me. I like it. I love to wear things that some people might be like, oh, that's not manly. Just so I can tell them, you shut the fuck up or come over here and say that. A little bit of my redneck comes out. Plus, I just like the fact that it annoys these guys that have this real weird sense of what masculinity is, and they're so uncomfortable in theirs that, they would never, ever wear a shirt that had pink in it even, much less a Peppa Pew shirt. I like to tick those people off because they're usually pretty funny and pretty pathetic. But I've already ordered myself one of these. First time I ever ordered a shirt for myself before I made it available to other people. But like I said, I'm putting up a shirt first. I'll put up mugs and magnets and stuff later. But I want to see if these get made. So if anyone out there wants one, go order it. It is on my site now. And there's a link in the upper corner to my site and a link up there to this specific design. So like I said, I want to test the parody laws. If this one gets made, I've got one I want to do that's Star Trek that I'll be doing here in a couple of days. So come with me on this journey of testing the legal waters here. Because like I said, I think in the gun community, we love shirts that have whimsical little references and plays on popular figures that, we all know and love. So I'm going to keep trying to do it They may give me trouble like they did the first time with the Pikachu shirts. Don't want to go through that again. I had to re-enter all those orders. Like I said, it was only 30 orders, but had to re-enter them multiple times. And that was more work than I like to do. Remember, I am lazy. So hopefully that won't happen again, but I want to test the waters on the parody law thing and see, does that extend to gun people and gun ideas, or is it just for big money interests like Family Guy, etc.?